They're about confronting the uncomfortable truths of our past and taking concrete steps to rectify these wrongs.
For centuries, Europe and the US stole Africa's wealth through slavery, colonialism, and neocolonialism. But today, Africa has just woken up from its slumber, and the AU is now leading a charge for the payment of reparations for all these injustices. There's no doubt that the Ibrahim Traore effect is spreading all over Africa. And this is not just about Africans singing Ibrahim Traore's praises. It's about Africa's heads of state who are now being inspired, who are now being motivated, who are now being emboldened to take anti-imperialist actions. And if this is a wave, it's also gone beyond African leaders in their various states. It's come to the African Union, the AU itself. You will not believe what happened in AU's last meeting. I mean, in their last meeting, the AU took the boldest step they've ever taken against the colonizers. For the first time, the AU is bold enough to come out and seek reparations from our colonizers, an act which they were quite afraid to undergo years ago. Having been emboldened by the moves of Ibrahim Traore, by the resilience of Ibrahim Traore, they have now declared a six-legged charge for reparations. They're not just talking about financial reparations. This time, this reparation is going to include remedying unfair trade practices, returning of stolen artifacts, dialoguing with the colonizers to mitigate the debt burden that has been bedeviling Africa's progress, and finally and most importantly, decolonizing Africa's minds through education. And guess who they selected to lead this charge? John Mahama of Ghana. I mean, they could not have chosen a better leader. John Mahama, without a doubt, is a purposeful, result-oriented, anti-imperialist Pan-Africanist who's always challenged neocolonialism wherever he found one. We already see what he's doing in Ghana, with respect to neocolonialism. However, there is one vital element, one very crucial element that they missed. And this is very crucial because it's at the core of the development of African peoples in most in Southern African countries. I mean, if we are going to chase the return of stolen artifacts, then this must also be at the core. But before I discuss this, let us listen to John Mahama's speech about what his challenges are or what he intends to achieve. And when I come back, I'll now reveal what he must also include in his charge for reparations. This is very crucial.
Fellow Africans, esteemed leaders, brothers and sisters of the African continent, it is with great honor that I address you today on the occasion of Africa Day 2025. As we gather in Addis Ababa and connect across our vast continent and beyond, we celebrate our resilience, our rich heritage, and our unwavering spirit. This year, our celebration is particularly significant. The African Union has declared 2025 as the year for justice for Africans and people of African descent through reparations. As the AU champion for this critical cause, I'm deeply committed to working with you all to achieve this vital objective. For too long, the legacy of slavery, colonialism, and neocolonialism has cast a long shadow on the lives and progress of Africans and people of African descent. These historical injustices have left deep scars. Reparations are not merely about financial compensation, they are about acknowledging the profound and enduring damage inflicted upon our people. They are about confronting the uncomfortable truths of our past and taking concrete steps to rectify these wrongs. We seek justice that encompasses a comprehensive range of measures, including official and unequivocal apologies from the nations and institutions responsible for perpetrating these historical injustices, addressing the crippling debt burden that continues to stifle economic growth in many African nations, a direct consequence of exploitation and unfair trade practices, providing resources and expertise to empower African nations to achieve sustainable development and participate fully in the global economy, returning stolen artifacts and cultural treasures that rightfully belong to our heritage, investing in the educational initiatives to promote a deeper understanding of African history, culture, and contributions to the world. This is not a simple task. It requires courage, determination, and a unified front. It requires us to engage in meaningful dialogue with those responsible and to advocate tirelessly for our rights. I call upon my colleague African leaders, civil society organizations and youth groups, and members of the diaspora to join hands in this important endeavor. Let us work together to build a future where justice prevails, where the wounds of the past are healed, and where the potential of every African and person of African descent is fully realized. Let Africa Day 2025 be a turning point. Let us reaffirm our commitment to building a continent of prosperity, opportunity, and equality for all our people. Let the pursuit of reparations be a testament to our resilience, our determination, and our unwavering belief in a brighter future. Happy Africa Day. Let us move together, united in purpose, towards a just and equitable future for all Africans and people of African descent.
Okay, so you heard all he said. Now, the one vital thing I think he's missed, or which the AU has missed, is the return of stolen lands. I mean, there's no denying the fact that lands were stolen from indigents in the southern part of Africa, Zimbabwe, Namibia, and South Africa, just to mention a few. And these lands are still in the hands of the colonizers.
Poverty and inequality in Namibia are inextricably linked to land, and 44% of Namibian soil is commercially owned. That's approximately 39 million hectares, bigger than the whole of Germany. This land is still mostly in the hands of whites. Elsewhere in Africa, Zimbabwe is often scorned by the West for seizing land from white settlers, and in a South Africa still reeling from the legacy of apartheid, calls for radical change are getting louder.
These lands ought to be returned because there's so much inequity, so much inequality between the white people and the black people. I mean, and I'm not the one saying this, just listen to these people, just listen to the people affected.
My brother, when the white people came here and took our land, they didn't come and take our land as an individual. They took it as settlers and then pushed us to sardines in congested environments with no economic opportunities. It is white people who must be ashamed of what they've done to us. Why can't you take responsibility? Why can't you for once just say sorry?
So that's it. This is the part that I think that John Mahama must also include in his mandate. There has to be a way of negotiating with the holders of these stolen lands. That's it.